My name is Attorney David Petrosky. I represent landlords in California on eviction cases. Sometimes evictions are referred to as unlawful detainer actions, so I'll be using those two terms interchangeably in this video. Today's video is going to be discussing discovery, and in particular, I'm going to be discussing how discovery is used in an unlawful detainer case in California. First, however, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about me. I've been an attorney in California since 2004. I represent landlords only. I'm a published author. I'm a great referral source for many realtors, landlords, and other attorneys, and we get great results. But of course, there's no guarantee of success on any given case. Now let's dive right into discovery and how it works in a California unlawful detainer case. I'm going to briefly discuss the purpose of discovery, the usefulness of discovery, and I'll end with some guidance on discovery and how it relates to unlawful detainer cases in California. Let's begin by discussing the purpose of discovery in California unlawful detainers. Discovery requires the opposing side, whether it's the landlord or the tenant, to do certain things that you're asking them. For example, with what is known as a request for admission, you can request that the other side admit or deny certain facts. For example, if your unlawful detainer is based on non-payment of rent, and you as the landlord are saying that the tenant owes you money, you can ask the tenant to admit or deny that they owe you X amount of dollars. That's a sample request for admission, and that is one form of discovery in California. Another form of discovery is that you can request documentation from the other side. For example, if you're the tenant, you could ask the landlord to produce repair receipts for any repairs that were made at the property. Another example of discovery in California unlawful detainer actions is interrogatories. Interrogatories are a set of questions that you can send to the opposing side and have them draft written responses. Now, some of you may ask, why would you want to do this? And there's several reasons why discovery might be beneficial in your case. For example, getting this information from the other side allows you, the requesting party, to gain a better understanding of the strengths and the weaknesses of your case. It allows you to uncover discrepancies or inaccuracies from the opposing party. It allows you to determine the strategy and arguments of the other side, and it helps minimize the chances of a last-minute surprise, which is never good in litigation. Now let's talk about the usefulness of discovery in a California unlawful detainer action. A landlord might use discovery to find loopholes in the tenant's answer, or to establish that the tenant committed the allegation being asserted in the complaint. For example, to go back to non-payment of rent, let's say that you as the landlord are saying the tenant has failed to pay the rent, and now you're going to ask the tenant to admit that they owe rent. Well, if they admit that they owe rent in your unlawful detainer, that's going to be very helpful for your case. And a landlord can also use discovery to rebut the tenant's claims that the tenant is raising in the answer. On the other hand, a tenant can use discovery to discover the basis for affirmative defenses and to try and show bad faith on the part of the landlord, especially if the unit is subject to rent control, and to establish a claim of retaliation or discrimination. With respect to guidance, it really is a decision that both the client and the attorney is going to have to discuss and decide whether or not, in your particular case, discovery is a beneficial and worthwhile step in your eviction case, because it does cost money and it does take time. So, in sum, while discovery can provide a lot of helpful information and minimize the chances of a last-minute surprise, there is normally a cost incurred by both sides, because the requesting party is going to have to draft good questions, and then the responding party is going to have to draft careful and accurate responses. This video has gone into the use of discovery in California unlawful detainer cases. Now, as a reminder, we only represent landlords on eviction cases. We do provide free consultation to landlords who are located in our service area and may need help with an eviction. Otherwise, if you're outside of our service area, we would offer a paid consultation to landlords in California. We also encourage you to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, to subscribe to our evictions blog and our YouTube channel. We do post a lot of helpful information on each of those websites. Thank you very much.